have you seen this man? Well, if you have, you probably were in the mud this day. Anyway, we're along the river, Delaware River, and seeing what we could find before we did our trip to Valley Forge. Anyway, gang, we got a ship's spike here. This sucker was enormous and quite big, but like I said, this area, it has some wonderful, wonderful ceramics from the colonial area. And glass. But yet one does have to be careful. Number 5 seemed to be the lucky number of the day, as it's there on some crockery, and also on a brass tag that got pulled out. And then how our eyes bulged at this. MC pulled this out, and at first, boy, that looked like the back of a $5 Indian, gold Indian. No, but it's actually a World War II medal. Still a very, very neat find, so congrats to MC. Anyway, gang, there will be more. Alright, gang, here we are in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Yes, that's right. Anyway, gang, Valley Forge was the third of 8 winter military encampments for the Continental Army. And, yeah, gang, that's right. Continental Army, commanded by General George Washington. Anyway, in September of 1777, British forces had captured the American then capital of Philadelphia. After failing to retake the city, Washington led his 12,000-strong army into winter quarters there at Valley Forge, located approximately 18 miles northwest of Philadelphia. There they remained for 6 months, from December of 1777 to June of 1778. At Valley Forge, the Continentals struggled to manage a disastrous supply crisis while retraining and reorganizing their units. And, gang, this was not all fun and games. About 1,700 to 2,000 soldiers died due to disease and possibly exacerbated by malnutrition. Anyway, gang, our first day there, we were doing some research, a whole lot of research. And basically, when you are surrounded with like minds and like passions, and there's people there to talk, you get to exchange ideas and knowledge, and it just becomes wonderful. Met a wonderful guy there, who I won't mention his name, but oh wow, was he just an abundance of information. And yes, that's right, I stood and talked to him for about maybe half an hour to even maybe an hour. And we exchanged information and emails, and oh yeah, I tell you. Anyway, my main interest here at Valley Forge was to kind of do some research about General Wayne's foraging into southern New Jersey. That's right, he went on a little supply recon and was basically sending back cattle and whatnot. Now, General Wayne wasn't the only one. Light Horse Harry Lee was also in Delaware doing the same exact thing. But anyway, gang, my main focus was General Wayne. And while there, too, I've been also beginning to research John Barry. That's right, Commodore John Barry, or some people consider him to be the father of the American Navy. But anyway, gang, a little less on that right now, but because I am more than sure you're going to be hearing about John Barry from me in the future. But anyway, gang, so we was researching General Wayne and his foraging runs into southern New Jersey. But anyway, gang, why not go to Valley Forge? That's right, the main reason for the foraging run, to see what the troops were going through, to see what their living conditions were like. And also, there at Valley Forge, they have a library. That's right, a research library. And, gang, you do need an appointment. But anyway, so we were there touring the visitor center and kind of looking through the reconstructed cabins they have there. And I tell you what, it is a grand old time. And it's a massive, you don't realize how big it is. And they also have the redoubts, the groundworks fortifications. But again, gang, if you are ever in the area, do give Valley Forge a look at. And there's other stuff too around in the local area, which we'll get to in a little bit. But and gang, they have all different kinds of tours available. You can have a guided tour, you can have a self-guided tour via cell phone, or there's also, I don't know if they still make them or not. They used to have like a driving tour where you would pop in the cassette tape and listen to somebody give you the tour as you're driving through the park, and they have you stop it every so often. It kind of amazes me that our technology hasn't improved to the point where we can have those available like on iTunes or whatnot. But anyway, there's a business idea. Anyway, gang, here's Washington's headquarters, and unfortunately, they said that if we wanted to visit Washington, we were about 240 years too late. And but he left all of his stuff there. No, I'm just kidding. These are actually reproductions, and this was actually a private residence for a good many years after the Revolutionary War, and everything through diaries and etc. was kind of produced using different descriptions. Oh, candle holders. But anyway, gang, you know what? That shovel there kind of looks like my digging shovel, doesn't it? What were they? Anyway. Oh, cannon. And gang, no wonder Washington was having so much trouble with the troops. There was a casino right across the street from Valley Fort. Nah, I was there much later. Anyway, gang, that next day, we tuned into Liz, Digging Canucks, live stream at 10 a.m. And you know what, gang? We called in live from Valley Forge. And hey, do check her channel out, Digging Canucks. Anyway, gang, after Valley Forge, we were busy doing some tourist stuff. And Reiser Treasure Hunting Emporium, we did a little visit to a museum. And this is not your ordinary museum, no. I tell you what, it was just missing some gore, and it could have been an oddity museum. But it is a phenomenal place. This is the American Treasure Tour Museum, located in Oaks, Pennsylvania, and it's just about maybe a couple miles north of Valley Forge. And gang, if you're ever in the area, you do must check it out. If you ever, I mean, at the end of it, we felt like going through it again a second time because there's just too much to look at. Old cars, Wurlitzers, great big mechanical Nickelodeon and player pianos, and I tell you, you just cannot absorb everything that's here. If it was mechanical, this guy liked it. And by the way, this is one guy's collection, and it's quite amazing. Just the houses collection alone, acquiring it, and sometimes you would wonder where the heck would he acquire such things. But anyway, gang, it is just amazing. So anyway, gang, if you like some stuff that's kind of off the cuff and not your everyday norm, why this just may be the museum for you. And besides, I'm more than sure the kids would kind of like to see it. And kids, me, I mean, I had a brilliant time. Wait, look, metal detectors! And anyway, gang. And by the way, what exactly is Frank Fearless? Why are men attracted to him and women are just why? Anyway. So anyway, gang, after we got back from Valley Forge, and after we got back from visiting the American Treasure Tour Museum, why, we went on a little recon. And this spot has been in the back of my mind for quite some time, and I thought we would actually go down and give it a look. And we're down along the Delaware Bay, of course. And here we're looking along the marshes and seeing what we can see from an earlier time period, or actually from the colonial time period. And, ooh, that there is a surface find. And I tell you what, I am more than excited to get back there. I just can't wait. But anyway, I just have to wait till time and tide is right, because after all, both waits for no man. But anyway, gang, it kind of really made me excited when that is just laying there on the surface, and who knows what could be laying there at a much lower tide. And also too, gang, I'm probably going to either go back and use my old White's Pro Scan, yes, that's right, an old analog machine, to go do this area. Or I may go ahead and spend the money, that's right, get Reiser to spend the money and buy a hockey puck coil. And because it does look very, very trashy. And the smaller coil, I hope to be better to separate the different stuff. But anyway, gang,